It's a homeschool thing.
Are you going hiking already?
Yes. Are you gonna go or are you gonna stay here?
Well, we're gonna take it to the car. And it ain't gonna taste good by the time you get back, but okay.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
It still is kind of cold about that, so it should work.
Ah! Grab the paper.
My paper.
The paper!
Thank
It ran
you.
away! Here, we'll put this back under here.
Y'all enjoy that.
We did.
Dylan, time to fly.
Probably the fastest I've ever done it.
Oh.
You're with the homeschool group, aren't you?
Yes.
Are you gonna stay here while they hike?
Yes.
Can I put my stroller here with you?
Yeah, that's fine, love.
That way nobody.
Did you also watch my pottery?
Yes, I will, honey.
Thank you.
Stroller. I'll figure that's probably not gonna. Stroller's not gonna work on this trip.
Everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, that was pitiful. Say it again. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, there we go. So I'm Eric. I'm one of the rangers here at Old Stone Fort. Welcome. Has anybody ever been here before?
Yes.
Yeah, a few of you? Yeah. None of your parents have, apparently. Okay, very good.
We have.
So those of you that raised your hand, what can you tell me about Old Stone Fort? Did you learn anything? We'll go with you. You saw a waterfall? Okay, you might see that today. Did you learn anything? Yeah, we preserved nature. That's very good. What else? Do you know any history or archaeology? Yeah, there's pottery. Who do you think lived here, guys? Can you raise your hands? The Native Americans lived here, okay? But they lived here a very long time ago. How many years ago do you think they lived here?
No, you're fine.
100? A little farther back than 100.
Just
30, farther
honey,
back than 30.
stand up and go around right there.
1,000, you're getting close. Just one more 1,000 and it. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, it's 2,000 years ago. Very long time. Who do you guys think is walking around then? Yeah, Indians. And what else do you know about 2,000 years ago? Maybe you guys heard of Jesus? He was walking around 2,000 years ago. The Roman Empire. You ever heard of that? Yeah. Okay. Woolly mammoths. No, they weren't walking around 2,000 years. I got you. Okay. So, yeah, it's 2,000 years ago, and the Native Americans built walls right out here. Okay. We think you've seen those walls on the hike. Yeah. You guys that have hiked around. Yeah. And so they box in what? What do they box in? This place, yeah. So the plains out there, that field, that's boxed in by the walls, okay? And so the Native Americans that lived here a long time ago had to make their own bowls. They had to make their own pots. They had to make their own tools, Okay. So what do you guys eat off of? Like, what do you eat cereal out of?
Oh,
A bowl. Yeah.
a cup.
So to make their bowls, they'd have to use clay. Okay. Now, do you guys play in the mud sometimes?
All the time.
Yeah. Just some of you, or do you all play in the mud?
Everybody.
Oh, okay, yeah, we had some people not playing in the mud. That's okay. But those of you that do play in the mud, when you pick up mud and you squish it in your hands, is it kind of watery or does it mold to a shape? Both? Okay. So when you see those two types of mud, the mud that forms to a shape is the mud that you want to make a bowl out of. Okay? So you get that mud and then you can make a bowl out of it, right? Is that all you have to do? No? What else do you have to do? Do you know? Well, you have to dry it. Well, you're already ahead of me. But you have to do something else to this clay or this mud. You have to put a mixture in it. Very good. So that mixture is called temper. Okay? And the earliest pottery, I have a little sheet here. The earliest pottery was very simple bowls, just like this. Okay? And they would temper it with something that we can find anywhere. It might grow in your yard. Cows eat it. Grass. Okay? But first you have to, or wheat. But first you have to dry that grass. Okay? Once you dry that grass, you mix it into the pottery and it makes it stronger. It'll hold its shape. Because if you just shape mud, it might slouch a little bit. So that's adding a temper in. Here, 2,000 years ago, people used a rock to temper their clay. What's a really common rock? You guys might not know the name. Say it again, louder. Limestone. Very good. So limestone can be found everywhere, and in fact, the walls out here were built partly out of limestone too. So they crush up that limestone, mix it with the clay, and they get this stuff. So this is tempered clay right here. Okay? So this is just a little ball of clay. Who's played with Play-Doh before? Yeah, okay. I didn't know if people still play with Play-Doh.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I have some
You
at
play with
home.
clay? You play with clay, okay. Okay, you all play with clay. Very good. So I have a piece of clay. You can hold a piece of clay. But, okay, I'll tell you what. Here, you get this big piece. Now hold on. Sit down. Whoa. All right. You come over here, sit down, and we'll pass the clay around so you guys can hold it. How about that? Sound good? Okay. Maybe at the end, okay? So, I'm going to show you guys how they make some clay. He'll pass it around if you want
I'm going to get into a bowl.
He'll pass around some clay, and then you guys can play with it, okay? But you have to pass it around, okay? Got me? Yeah? Yes? Okay. All right. So I'm making a flat little surface right here. Do you guys see this? Did anybody ever made like tortillas or patties or anything like that?
Douglas, pass it around, son.
Burger patties.
Yeah, you made some? Or clay
Douglas.
even. So you'd make a flat piece of clay right here.
Douglas, you're
Okay.
supposed to be passing it around to the other children. I know. Go here to the other children so they
I
can,
have a
they
bowl.
can try it.
Me too. You'd make a flat piece of clay like this, and some people would make round bottom pots.
Douglas, sit down, honey.
You sit down.
Bubba, go sit down now.
You'll pass around, okay? So,
Sit down.
listen
Sit
guys,
down. Stop.
we make a flat bottom like that, and then we put it in a gourd. You guys see this? It's a broken piece of gourd, and it's shaped like a bowl. Okay, it's called a pookie. And they mold it around the pookie. Yeah, everybody say pookie.
Cookie.
So they mold it around this gourd, and then to build the walls of the bowl, and I'm going to get 3 volunteers to help me with this. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll get you guys some pieces here. You guys can turn around. Wait, who are my volunteers? That's not 3 people. You were.
Douglas, you weren't chosen. Sit down.
Okay. Have you guys seen
You
the
got
clay
chosen
yet?
before. It's not
Passed
your turn
around?
this time. Sit down.
Anybody pass it around yet? Who's got the clay right now? Okay, good deal. You'll get to touch the clay, I promise. Alright. So I want you guys to take your piece of clay.
Guys, if you weren't chosen, you gotta sit down.
Need a little bit more.
Maybe he'll fix it
Alright.
next time. Okay.
So I want you guys to stand in front right here. All three of you.
Yes, now you
You'll get some clay. Not yet. You'll get some clay. You'll touch it. Can you guys sit down for me, please? Thank you. All right, so you guys stand up here and face everybody. I want you to roll that clay in a ball. You can show everybody. And now, do you guys know how to make a snake? All right, make a snake out of it. Roll it between your hands. There you go. Make it a long and even snake. Alright guys, are you guys watching this? This is how people would make coils to make their walls. Okay, just like this.
I've seen a pottery show where they make a big.
Yeah.
I've seen a pottery show where they get a very.
And then like a giant long turd.
There we go.
Hush.
They coiled it into it.
Hush.
She said, was everybody listening to her? She's watched a pottery show where they coiled these snakes and they wrapped it around the bowl. Okay? Now can you guys show your snakes to everybody? Very good. And can you hand them back to me, please? You can sit down after you're done.
Are you lost in the car?
Very good, guys.
I think I know how you can make pottery.
So you take these snakes and you form it on the bowl. Alright, just like this. Does everybody see that? You can sort of see how you make walls like that. So after you get it on the bowl, you have to smooth it down, right? You don't just want coils on there. You smooth it with a scraper. This is also made of board. People might have used rocks as well. And then just their hands too. So you smooth it together, crush it together, make walls of the bowl. Uh-oh, dropped it. Okay, you can try to smooth it. Here you go. You gotta show everyone though. Alright, you see how he's smoothing it? Yeah, just crush it together.
I just said that. Like that.
Yep. And then, okay, thank you. So he's got it smooth, and then you scrape it with the gourd scraper. And I will pass this around in a moment so everybody can look at it.
We are not going to.
Yeah, you see it starting to take shape. I'm kind of on a time crunch, so it's not going to look very good, but better than nothing, right? All right. So once we start getting a bowl there, you build it all the way up. And so what do you do after you have your bowl? What do you guys think we do? Let it dry. Pass that around if you want. You guys can feel the pookie too. After you let it dry a little bit and it kind of feels like leather, then you can put impressions in it. Okay, so you can cord stamp it. You know, you can hit it with this paddle. You can have grooves in it, just like this. Cool wavy patterns like that. Or just stamp it with cord. Right? We see all these in archaeology that old people made. And they just stamp their pottery to make it stronger and to give it an artistic impression. So guys, there are 4 things that you use pottery for. Can you guys guess those 4 things for me? Raise your hand. What's one? Dishes. Right, for serving, right? Okay, we have serving, dishes. Spoon. Well, no, they didn't use spoons. Not for spoons. For okay, yeah, they built buildings out of clay. Yeah, it's wattle and daub. That's very good. What's something else? Bowls. Cups. Okay. We've got servingware. What do you guys use like pots and pans for?
Cooking.
For cooking, yeah, they would cook in these too. Okay, what's another thing?
Building.
Tools, yeah, building. Okay, and then one more thing that you're probably not thinking about right now. They would make birds, pipes,
Plumbing.
pictures. What do you guys call that? Creating. Art. That's number 4. They'd use it for art. They'd make different things. So once you're done with your pot and it's completely dry, then what do you do with it? Is it just done? Is it fine? If it's dry?
No, you need to like cook it.
So what do you do with it?
Something.
Yeah, you can smooth or sand it, but then what do? How do you use after you want to use it? Can you pass that around some more? What else do? You have to fire it. You can't use it unless it's fired. It'll just go back to being mud. So we built a little firing pit over there, and we can go see it in a little bit. But to fire it, you just stack wood, sky high over top of the pot, and then burn it, right? And it makes it really hard. So this is one we just made. You guys can see, and listen to the sound here. Everybody, be quiet. You hear that? Yeah. It doesn't sound like that clay if you just flick that clay. Buddy, can you flick the clay for me? Just flick it. Flick it with your finger.
Flick it.
Does it make a sound? No. Okay. So this makes a sound. That's how you know it's fired. So does anybody have any questions before we go look at the firing pit? Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. There's a bathroom inside the museum.
What's your question?
One more question?
Braden, pass it on. Braden. There you go.
Douglas, take it.
Okay. So who wants to go see the firing pit? And I'll talk about it a little bit. Okay. So I'll get over here and then everybody can stand up and follow. Pit. Why don't we just fire it on the ground?
Because of trees.
Because of trees? Why?
All of the
Yeah, you might burn the
brush.
trees. Oh, that's true.
Brush.
What else?
All the brush, you could make a forest fire.
Well, it could, yeah. What else? It's kind of like a campfire.
Put over it. To put the pottery.
Yeah. So you can put the pottery inside, okay? And when you guys are outside in the winter, you get cold without a jacket.
I have one hot coat.
But when you go inside, are you warmer? Okay, so we built walls around it so the pottery gets warmer, okay? And so when the pottery's warmer, it fires. It becomes that, becomes hard. So that's why we have a pit dug here. And we also cover it. He said we need to cover it. So when so when we cover it, the pottery turns different colors when you paint it. It might turn black or white or red. Okay, so we like color, don't we? Everybody likes colors. Everybody's wearing colors. Yeah, I don't know if it would turn pink or purple, but that would be cool. So that's the firing pit, guys. It's pretty simple. How would they make paint?
They would get different color fruits.
They could.
No.
Yeah. So they get different colored leaves as well. Fruit like pokeberry. Who's seen pokeberry?
I have a question.
You've seen pokeberry? Yeah.
I think I know the name. I think they use
That's another one. They're very good. So they use different rocks like red ochre, like iron oxide.
Yeah. I had them like mixed in.
Yeah.
I actually have made colors with outside.
Oh yeah?
I got leaves and smashed it up and it made that color on the rock.
Cool. Yeah, that's how they'd make paint as well. So guys, do we have any more questions before we do the hike?
No.
You have a question? What's your question? Your favorite color is red. Okay, very good.
I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a question.
go ahead.
I never hiked before.
Well, you'll get to today. It's pretty fun. What's your question?
My favorite color is brown. That's my new favorite color.
Okay, very good. Favorite color is brown. All right, is everybody ready for the hike now? All right. So what I want you to do is go to this big tree right here. See that? Everybody see?